A crime was committed. A man was killed by a police officer who abused his power. But justice must not be demanded with revolutions that only bring along even more violence and often the killing of more people. What we need right now is to calm down, my dear people, and call for justice peacefully. Riots do not avenge the one who died. They do not take George Floyd back to life. Riots only increase fear in the cities, destruction, and impose a police regime. That is what the elite wants. It's an evil pretext, an evil excuse wanted by the elite. Wars and revolutions are not the solutions. The problems remain and always lead to dramatic consequences for all of us, especially for the weakest. And we do not have to pay, all of us, for a mistake, a diabolical behavior. For sure, President Donald Trump should have spoken immediately, but we have to admit he has recently aligned with his people. He stood up for his people, going against a system that wants to restrict personal freedom. Furthermore, what happened with that police officer must not be seen as a racist act, but only as a criminal act. Right now they want to create something. And as a criminal act has to be condemned. I want to explain to you, I want to tell you about some different examples. Even in Italy, our police are abusing against Italians. They do not proceed against illegals arriving, for example, from Africa. And I'm talking about terrorists, I'm talking about Nigerian mafia, I'm talking about pushers. Ecco, so the police do not proceed against them for fear. But we do not say for this reason they are racist against us. The police are always wrong when they abuse their power all over the world. Few weeks ago, I have seen also some police officers in Australia who took the child away from a dissident arms, from the mom, while arresting her. They were all white people. Do you want another example? Last year, in November, in Hong Kong, I saw the police shouting against some dissidents, some protesters. The same skin color. I saw them shouting to kill, to impose, to submit, to suppress. Today, in the States, it's not same as in the past, when racist crimes occurred. Not anymore. Things are different right now. The United States have also had Obama. He is not a white man. Don't forget it. The way of thinking and behaving has changed. Therefore, it is not a matter of racism. I repeat it, racism is not a problem, but something else. Then, what's the real problem today? We need to talk about the real problem. Dear friends, today we are all in the same situation, and we must stand up all together against these crimes, against this abuse, but above all, against these evil plans of those people who want to enslave us, those who want to create a new world order, a global government, a unique religion, a world bank, a unique world currency, to control, to manipulate, to destroy. My dear people, we must fight for our freedom, our rights, our faith. Let's not transform ourselves into their puppets. That's the real problem. Then, going back to the topic, justice, I repeat again, justice for George Floyd, but justice with peace. Now, my dear friends, I want to tell you one thing. Black people are my brothers and sisters, are brothers and sisters to me. I live in Africa, and I'm standing with those who suffer. I know what suffering is. I have lived it. Even in Africa, I have seen the police abusing their power against their own people. This is unacceptable. But we cannot reply to an abuse with violence. This is not the solution. So, what should we do? First of all, we must understand who is the real enemy. Then we need to know who to fight, and in the end, how to fight. Violence only brings more violence. In this way, we only go in the wrong, and we give a pretext to those who has the power to respond with repression. We must ask for justice with peace. We are not like them. We do not want to put ourselves on their same level. Let's prove we are different. Let's shout the truth. Let's not submit. Only with love we can win. This is not theoretical, my dear people. Let's look at the several examples in the story. Let's look at Jesus Christ, the Son of God. Let's look at all the saints. Let's look at our beloved Pope, John Paul II, who used to say no more wars. And thanks to his precious contributions, Berlin Wall has fallen. Let's look at Gandhi, the man of peace. Let's look at Nelson Mandela. He has changed his way of thinking during this life. Inform yourself on his great life. He lived in South Africa during the period of apartheid. It was not easy. Let's look at Martin Luther King, another great example. So let's look at those examples.